How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Minneapolis police releasing a list of things that you can do as a citizen of Minneapolis if you live there, on how to not get robbed or how to behave yourself when you do get robbed. Now, this list is really crazy, and what it does, in my humble opinion, it puts up a white flag and it sends a big smoke signal to the criminals from all over the place, not just in Minneapolis, but also Chicago, Milwaukee, Kansas City, all over the Midwest, and more, for guys to come in and prey upon the citizens of Minneapolis because the police are like, look, we can't help you. You're on your own. It is what it is. If you get robbed, give it up. Now, let's go ahead and get into the list specifically, and we'll talk about each of the things on the list. Now, the first thing they say, don't walk alone. Now, this is kind of a silly and old school thing because I done seen cases of people getting robbed in a group. Like going back to when I was in college in Norfolk, going to ODU, I would hear stories about people that lived on campus walking from Chicho's or whatever at night, going back to their dorm or their off-campus apartment, walking. If you know about Norfolk, you out there in Larchmont, what's that, Lambert's Point? I mean, it could be a little dangerous, but they're walking in a group, 4 or 5 deep, but nobody has a gun on them. So they get surrounded by 12 guys from all over the state. You got guys coming from Hopewell, guys coming from Roanoke. I mean, all over the state, right? 12 guys all got guns and they're robbing. What you gonna do? You 4 deep, no guns. They're 12 deep with guns. You pretty much out of luck. So the whole group thing is not even really effective if you're not armed. I'll get to that in a minute. Then it says only carry items you need. Like what? An ID, a credit card or some kind of debit card to pay for things, a little bit of cash, your car keys, the car that you drive, your house keys. Those are pretty important things, and you do need that. You need your phone as well, and that's one of the biggest things that robbers want to take is your phone. Your car keys and your phone, that's the main thing. The wallet, I mean, you probably don't have any cash in the wallet, and you can lock your car after they rob you. What they want is your phone and your car keys, all right? But let's continue. Be prepared to give up your cell phone, purse, or wallet. Like I just said, they want that phone. That's the number one thing they want is a phone, and your purse probably got a phone in it or some other kind of cash or valuables in it. And your wallet, they might want to take that if they're a dope fiend or something like that to get $5. But what they really want is your car keys and your phone. So basically, when they come up on you, give it up. Don't try to fight. Don't try to protect your car keys to prevent from getting carjacked or your phone or your wallet or anything like that. Just go ahead and give it up. That's what they're telling you. Don't fight with the criminal. Now, this is really dangerous to say because the criminal might not just want your phone. They might not just want your car keys. That's bad enough, okay? Because, I mean, phones are not cheap and you got all kind of things in your phone. That's a kind of a security risk right there. And the same thing with your keys. I mean, you got to have your car. They can carjack you, sell that, and it's gone. You will never be able to find it. But what if they want something else? Do you see where I'm kind of going with that? That can be very dangerous, especially for women that are out there. Okay, so that's not a very smart thing to do. I think a 99-year-old woman recently fought off an intruder, and she's still alive today. Thank God for that. But what if she didn't fight? All right, so that's not really safe to say. Sometimes it makes sense to not fight, depending upon your situation. But to tell people to not fight and to put it out there to the public, that's really irresponsible. And the last thing here is, be prepared to describe the suspects. Oh, you don't say, I'm just going to forget who has a gun in my face. And then with the whole mask thing, everybody's going to be masked up anyway. So how you really going to know? He's 6'3" and he's black. That can be anybody. Good luck finding that guy. Good luck finding that needle in the haystack. Now, the one thing that was missing here that could solve a lot of these problems is a piece of advice that I've seen other police departments make. Back, it might have been 2-3 years ago, there was a big crime wave in Detroit. I know it's Detroit, crime all the time, but it was more crime than the normal high crime, if that makes any sense. So the police chief was like, look, we can't just protect you. We can't be your personal security guard. So guess what? I need you to go out there and get armed. All right. I need you to get armed and protect yourself. And Detroit, mostly black city, the police chief at the time, the black guy. So people want to talk about, oh, you want to say get guns, that's racist. How is getting guns racist? How does it make any sense? Everyone has the right to bear arms. It's not a black or a white or anything. It's just an American thing. You need to protect yourself. And there was a video I covered quite a while back of a mother in Detroit who was getting home invaded and was able to get her long gun. And defend her home. The guys that were trying to run in their house ran off. She might have shot one of them. I don't know if they died or what, but she was able to defend herself successfully. What if you just took the advice from Minneapolis police and just say, hey, you come in here and do whatever you want? Now you got a woman in there with kids and no husband. What could possibly happen? You tell me, with 2-3 guys coming in there with guns. All right. And I've seen guys that home invade 2, 3, 4 deep, pistol extended all the way out. What are you going to do in that situation? You might mess around and get killed over nothing, and not even of any fault of your own. Even if you're not fighting, you can mess around and get killed because you got guys that are out there that are just ravenous and ridiculous and crazy and evil. All right. So what they were missing here was get a gun, get armed, and defend yourself. Now, I don't know what Minneapolis gun laws are like, but hopefully they're not too tight. And if they are tight, you got to loosen them up right now. If the police can't help you, what the police said in that list of things, that letter, or whatever you want to call it, is, look, we're waving the white flag. We can't help you. And really, that's not necessarily their fault. There's a crime surge because of what's happening in higher government in the city, the mayor, the governor, everybody else. All right. You got to be able to have the police funded and, protected on a high level, meaning the police can't go out there, do their job, and then fear getting locked up for some ticky-tack thing. They got to be able to go out there and do what they do every day to protect the citizens of Minneapolis. Very simple. And if they can't do that, then it's going to be a problem. What you're going to have is a more dangerous place. All right. I think one of these districts, I think it might have been District 3, which is already dangerous before all this happened, has become much more dangerous. There's a crime wave. And now the police are like, look, we got carjackings going through the roof. We got, robberies going through the roof. What are we going to do? Hey, give it up, basically. Just surrender to the criminal. So if you get murdered while you're surrendering, then so what? If we send this out and you got guys from Chicago, Milwaukee, Kansas City, St. Louis, etc., that come on up and partake in the festivities, in the criminal bonanza, on the green light on citizens, and you mess around to get killed or whatever, then, oh, well, so what? This is really crazy. This is what defunding the police looks like, AOC. I'm talking to you, AOC. Weren't you the one that said, oh, if you defund the police, it's like a suburb? I can't tell. Look at the entire nation. Do you see what's happening? Open your eyes. Everybody, open your eyes. Do you see? You're talking about Atlanta, 240% increase in violent crime and/or homicide. Chicago, like 100%. Minneapolis, obviously, big increase. Milwaukee, St. Louis, New York, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, everywhere you have an increase in high crime, violent crime, robbery, murder, rape, all of that stuff because of the lack of police enforcement, the lack of proactive police, and then sometimes the lack of police in general. You got 10%, 20% of entire police forces in different parts of the nation just gone. Guys are retiring, guys are quitting, guys are just saying, you know what, I'm done. They are not getting out of their car, doing anything. They're responding less frequently. And that's not their fault because if they don't have any kind of support in high levels of government, if they're being defunded, if the staff is being cut and they're not being replaced, what are you going to do? This is what defunding the police looks like. So to anybody that says, oh, defunding the police, we need less police, and we need more police. You got to have more police in a high crime area. People say, oh, the black community is over police. What does over police mean? Ain't no such thing. If the police are needed in a dangerous area, then that's what it is. Ain't no such thing as over policing. Okay. If the police don't have to be there, they don't have to be there. But if you live in, I come from these kind of areas, right? Where you got crime, where you got people getting shot, gunshots and whatnot at night. That's not even abnormal. I lived in parts where somebody might get killed every now and again. Like for me saying that, it's like kind of normal. To say that somebody might get killed every 3 to 4 months in a neighborhood is not even that bad. I done been in places where somebody would get shot almost every night or shot at almost every night. Gunshots constantly, big shootouts with no police coming. That's normal to me. And that's not even, I didn't even live in that bad of an area. Like go to Chicago, New York, like inner city. Oh man, it's like a war zone every single day. Every daytime, little kids getting killed. Okay, I think they have, 24 juveniles that have gotten shot and killed in Chicago alone this year compared to, 8 this time last year? I mean, this is what happens when you defund the police, when you disrespect the police, when you don't uphold the safety of your citizens, and you want to engage in virtue signaling. So anybody that's out there talking about Black Lives Matter, defund the police, you guys got blood on your hands. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Am I right about my assertion of what happens when you defund the police? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or am I incorrect here? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. I think that I'm right 1000%. I will challenge anybody in the comments to give a counter argument to my argument. And sincerity, don't just do it just to do it for fun. I'm talking about really, where's the counter argument to my argument? The proof is in the pudding. You get every city where you've had all these so-called demonstrations and protests. If you have a high crime area in that city and you have less police, less proactive police, the result is going to be more crime. All right. The police are in that area being proactive and being productive, being out of their cars, and they're enforced because there is a high crime issue, and the police force reduces the high crime issue. It's very simple. This is not rocket science. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.